Hi, I'm Adam Leverage with Top Local TV, here with Dr. Peter Marincovich of Audiology Associates of Santa Rosa. Dr. Marincovich is an audiologist, has been practicing in the Santa Rosa area for about the last 30 years. And Dr. Marincovich, thanks so much for joining me here on this segment.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Hey, my pleasure. Now, Dr. Marincovich, if somebody were looking for an audiologist, say in the Santa Rosa area, what advice would you give on the types of things that they really should be looking for, say, in a great audiologist?
Well, I would recommend looking for a practice that's been in existence for 20, 30 years, having certified board certification. I think a practice having a wide scope, focusing on prevention, diagnostics, rehabilitation is important. If technology is utilized, being able to use different types of technology, not being limited to a certain brand or manufacturer type. I think the practice being independent is important. The practice being able to focus on technology that they feel is most important for the patient and their communication needs.
Well, and you bring up the subject of technology, and in your opinion, why is technology important, or why you'd want to consider, say, one audiologist over another?
Well, I think that what we're learning now is the best way to help someone communicate is to not only understand the technology, but understand the human element and combining both. And the technology plays a very important role as we understand more and more about hearing. We aren't simply making things louder, for example. We're able to focus on soft sounds and comfortable sounds and quiet and noise and loud sounds. For example, often patients, when watching the TV, commercials come on a little bit loud. And there are ways now to compensate for that, or background noise. We can't eliminate background noise, but we know now how to assess how it affects an individual and be able to tune the devices. So it's a prescriptive process now that involves an adaptation too. So it's a combination, and technology helps with that.
Now, Dr. Marincovich, if somebody were looking for an audiologist in the Santa Rosa area and they came to your practice, what type of experience would they expect?
Well, I think they would experience a team experience. They'd realize that they're at a destination, if you will. They're not coming in and just receiving a test and leaving, or receiving a product and leaving. That we combine the technology and the human side. And part of our practice, yes, is devoted to the diagnostics and evaluation, tinnitus evaluations, balance, assessing music appreciation, and so forth. But understanding, we have a room, for example, set up for just education. We have another area set up where patients can actually come in and practice listening with telephone amplifiers and TV amplifiers. There's another section of our practice where patients can focus on listening skills with programs, just like crossword puzzles are a good exercise. We have listening programs that patients can use to help enhance listening skills and active listening. So I think patients would realize that we're very focused on helping them stay connected, and that they're at a destination, a hearing resource center is the feeling that they would have.
Now, Dr. Marincovich, I know that you're actually kind of doing some special things as a practice that really, I think, sets you apart in the marketplace. Tell us about that, if you would.
Well, I think that what I first talked about a little bit was the technology, and then the experience at the practice, the human element, and how we bring that in. And I think really different or unique about our practice is how we meld the two. And we've created what is called the MA5P method, and this incorporates additional assessment parameters, really identifying how patients respond to soft, comfortable, loud sounds, for example. We have a very focused active listening program, and lip reading, listening skills are very much a part of that. The prescriptive process of adapting technology, if a patient can benefit from that, involves a individual assessment, again, of their needs, and prescriptive processing, programming, combining assistive devices that I mentioned. And I think finally the aftercare is a very significant part of providing services, 6-month, 1-year follow-ups, but in addition, helping patients communicate more effectively and bringing in what we call the talker and the listener, and explaining how communication is a cycle and involves the talker and a listener, and educating the hearing impaired not only how to become more of an active listener, but then to educate companions and so forth, and how to communicate with the hearing impaired is a very significant part of what we do.
Okay, excellent. And I know that you actually, as a practice, kind of do some special things, for new patients, and in terms of giving back to the community. Share with us, if you would, that information.
Yes. Well, recently we've created the Ear Connection program, and this allows patients, when they donate different products or services to us, that we in turn provide them for the community. And it's a giving back program, whether it's time spent with education or actually products if it involves hearing aids and amplification. We've expanded our services for remote areas. We have a telemedicine part of our practice. We've expanded our hours. We have Saturday hours. We have extended hours. We have a new walk-in program where patients can come in without an appointment, and we have services available and can take them immediately without having to wait. So these are all innovative ways of expanding our service to help the community and help patients communicate more effectively.
Excellent. Well, Dr. Marincovich, it's been certainly a pleasure having you on this segment on what to look for in a great audiologist in the Santa Rosa area. And thank you so much for your insights and your time here today.
Great. Well, thank you very much for having me.
And my pleasure.